Hi, I'm Sandy, and I'm here again with Brett. How are you?
Yeah, doing well, thank you, Sandy.
Great, great. Today, we're here to talk about a new offering that Lightning Tools has. It's not that often that we have something new, but this one I think is really exciting. It can be standalone or as an upgrade to our Lightning Forms, but do you want to describe it a bit first, and then we'll get into the details?
Yeah, absolutely. So yeah, like you say, it's a brand new product, but it also incorporates some of our existing products as well. So as hopefully the audience will know, we've got a form technology which is known as Lightning Forms, and Lightning Forms is a tool that is fairly unique in the fact that it empowers the business user to create forms within inside of a SharePoint list. So you can take any SharePoint list or even multiple lists, and you can customize the new form, the display form, and edit form to create improved layouts, add styling, add functionality as well, such as hiding fields and under certain conditions and so on. You've also got sublist capabilities and cross-site lookups and lots of different features like that. And then alongside that is also a tool called Lightning Tools Actions, and this is something that provides similar action capabilities as Lightning Forms, but at the list level. So with inside a list view on the command bar, you can create some action buttons that may be sending email notifications, updating the list item itself, or generating documents, that type of thing, and that can be done on multiple selected items in the list. And you can also use that to create buttons on a page if you want to as well, with a series of actions that will take place. So these are two existing products. And I guess one of the major advantages of those two products is the fact that it is empowering the business user. You don't have to rely on IT to build a solution for you. It's something that as a site owner, you can extend your form capabilities, you can build actions and so on, and you can do all of that with inside the context of a SharePoint site. However, that does also have drawbacks. The drawbacks really are, in order to be able to provide that contextual experience, the tools developed under the SharePoint framework, and the SharePoint framework doesn't offer any sort of automation mechanisms. And also, it means that because you've got this contextual designer installed inside an environment, you're working live. So if you
Mhm.
imagine the scenario where you may be building something that is quite a project. It may span multiple days or weeks. I mean, you can build forms very, very quickly in 10 minutes, but if you're you're looking at creating something that's very advanced, what you don't want to be doing is building that with inside an existing SharePoint site, and people are coming across and
Right,
using that list and what have you. And it's not just that initial build as well. It's when
right.
you want
It's
to make
testing
maintenance
changes.
changes.
Mhm.
Yeah, exactly. So the new product, Lightning Tools Solution Studio, is an Azure application. So you can sign into the studio and you create what's known as a dossier, which includes existing or new lists that you want to build. So you can point them to some existing lists within inside a SharePoint site, or like I say, build a brand new list. And you get to create fields if you haven't already created them inside of SharePoint, as well as design the forms, design all the actions and the automation and so on, and then create a package from that. Now, you're not just packaging the form design along with its styling and everything else. You can also package permissions that you want to be pushed out. You can package things like SharePoint pages that you've created that contain other web parts.
Nice.
So a lot of things can be included inside the package.
So it's really a solution.
Exactly. So you're building a solution that can then be deployed. Tested first if you want to, so you can test actually inside the design studio. But when you're ready, you can deploy that to one or more SharePoint sites. And one of the benefits is also you get to build templates if you want to. So there's certain fields that you may be creating time and time again if you're building lots of
Mhm.
solutions. I remember working with a health organization once and
Mhm.
building their forms, and there was every form had sort of 20 fields that were quite commonly
Mm.
reused.
Mm.
So yeah, what you could do is create that section as a template and then reuse that time and time again as well. So you build up a template library for
And
your
branding too, probably would be a good
exactly.
use case.
Yeah, yeah, precisely that. So once it's packaged, it actually packages it as an SPFX
Mm.
package that is then deployed to one or more SharePoint sites that you deploy it to. Meaning you've still got the major benefit of this being something that is deployed to your SharePoint environment. And again, the data is processed and stored within your SharePoint environment. And it's not actually being processed, by a SaaS company or something along those lines. So that you're really just using the Design Studio to build the design and create the package that you're then going to go and deploy. So that's really the new offering, and I think the last thing to mention about it is that as well as all of that capability, you also get some additional actions as well. And these are utilizing Microsoft Graph. So
Right. I think that's important too. Yeah.
yeah,
Like you can create Teams meetings and plan our tasks and things like that that you can't do in regular Lightning forms.
yeah, exactly. So yeah, like you say, working with other Microsoft 365 apps. I almost failed to mention, although I did intro it at the start, is the actions can also be scheduled or they can be triggered actions as well. So this is something that you can't do with Lightning Forms or Lightning Tools actions. They are manually triggered by clicking a button always. But yeah, the other two types of actions that you have with the Design Studio, the triggered actions are basically waiting for a new item or an item to be updated. So this could be something that you send an email notification or something along those lines. It might be if you're doing an expense claim application that if somebody goes in and edits it, then we log that somewhere that they modified the expense report and that type of thing. And then also the scheduled actions. These are things that could be run monthly or daily
Right.
or something
That's
along
been a
those lines too.
common request from customers, so this gives them that.
Yeah, absolutely. So yeah, it really is. Some of those gaps that we have actually in our own product are resolved in Lightning Tools Form Studio. But if you prefer that contextual design experience, then yeah, Lightning Forms is also available as well for you to use. So.
Right. Awesome. Yeah, I'm very excited about it. I've been playing around with it a little bit myself, and yeah, it's got some really, really cool features, I think. I mean,
Yeah,
Lightning Forms itself does, but the addition of the Microsoft 365 actions and the additional triggers, like you mentioned, those are the things that I'm most excited about. But also, yeah, developing things in the proper way with
yeah,
application lifecycle, that sort of thing is also good.
yeah, 100%.
Mm.
So yeah, it's all good offerings, and I think it's also
Mm.
good to mention the Kudzu Form Migrator as well, which is
Sure.
a company that we Kudzu Software is a company that we partner with, and with them you can also migrate to Lightning Forms and also to the Form Studio as well. So that
Mm.
gives you the capability of taking InfoPath forms, could
Mhm.
be Nintex forms or PDF forms, Word forms, and transform those and the data into SharePoint powered by Lightning
Mm.
Forms or
Or even no forms. I mean, you can then describe a form that you want to the
yeah,
Kudzu migrator in words,
yeah,
and it creates a form and
yeah.
SharePoint lists.
Absolutely, you can use their Form Pilot, which is great. I use that actually today. I'm building an incident or health and safety incident reporting form. So rather than taking that time to go through and create the lists and create each of the columns that I want, it will actually do that for you. And it's like any AI thing. There's maybe some fields that you don't want to include, but actually it's done
Gives you a great head start.
a huge head start, yeah. And then you can get customizing then
Mm.
with our products. So
Awesome.
absolutely fantastic. So yeah, that's I guess the latest update from
Mhm.
Lightning Tools. There's been a lot of other things, and rather than jump onto different topics, I think it'd be great to talk about some of those other things in other episodes.
Yep.
But
Sounds
yeah,
good. All right. Well, thanks very much. And yeah, everybody should give that a try because you can try all the Lightning Tools Form Studio pretty easily. And we have documentation on how to do that and then see what it can do for you.
Yeah, absolutely. So just head over to Lightning Tools and you'll see under the products menu the Form Studio right there. So
Awesome. Great. All right. Thanks very much. And we'll talk to you next time.
yeah, sounds good. Thanks, Sandy.
All
Bye-bye.
right. Bye.